Welcome to Zombie Apocalypse Diaries. This is a very special edition. Today we are going to destroy a website that is defrauding the people of the world, especially those who seek the truth. The website is called informationclearninghouse.info and is run by a guy named Tom Feely, who is either a shill for the FBI or a fraudster. There is no other possible explanation for the series of events I'm going to describe. A few weeks ago, I began asking questions of Tom through comments and through email. Let me start at the beginning. Let me think. Let me just look up this email. Well, this would be, I'm in a situation where I need some pretty serious help. And as a result, I have been trying to find that help through any means I can. And on May 31st, I heard back from Pepe Escobar, yes, the editorialist Pepe Escobar, when I asked him if he could please help me. Let me see, what I wrote to him is, if you know anyone in or near Baja or even Mazatlan, I have an incredible story to tell, but I only tell it in an interview format due to brain damage. If you know anyone interested in a great story who will be willing to travel, I will give them a hell of a story. Most recently, OAS, Organization of American States, mistreated me when I requested precautionary measures to ask them to tell Mexico to accept my application for asylum. I can send you the response if you were interested. You're busy, I understand, but please believe me, I would not understand things so well if I did not have first-hand knowledge of the actions and attitudes behind U.S. hegemony. What I have evidence and understanding of would take down every Western government if it were public knowledge. If you are further curious, I have documented my research in the Ukrainian fiasco and reported it in a video in the U.S. State Department that was behind it 2 weeks after the Maidan. Checked a Wikipedia article on the NAD for my contributions on Ukraine and Venezuela, taken from the MD website, showing how much money they spent in each country in 2013. I want to help, cannot even help myself, and I am again fearing for my life due to the lack of any support or even witnesses. I am obsessed with keeping an air of publicity as my only means of safety. I am extremely vulnerable, yet highly capable of contributing a great deal. You have no idea how badly I want to know the world, how precisely evil the USA is, the government, corporations, and damn near every citizen too, and why. My plan has been to survive and let society collapse, but I'm not yet in a position to survive as the money I have saved up for completing my ship was stolen from me in the USA. Whining over, thanks if you know anyone. And he responded, Michael, please please be careful. I could put you in touch with Tom Feely from ICH. He lives between San Diego and across the border. He might know somebody to look into your case. Take care. All the best, Pepe. That was May 31st, 2016. I never heard from Tom. I later emailed Tom. I never heard from Tom. I started reading the website just out of curiosity and found that it had some interesting news stories, none of which I found having any substance, actually. There was some interesting opinions, and they led to some interesting truths, but really, all in all, it wasn't that great of a website. But it seems to attract some really dissident-type thinkers. And I noticed that the guy seeks money. Well, I understand that money corrupts absolutely fucking everything, so I am always suspicious when there's money involved in something. So I paid attention, and I noticed he was looking for a number of donors, not quantity of donations. And he was looking for a number of donors that was equivalent to well over $1,000 a month, which is far more than it costs to run a website. I know this because I ran one for 25 years, or so, 24 years, and did so on $35 in the whole span. The rest was my own money. I spent some $150 a year on the website hosting, and maintaining the blog was all done through labor. Didn't cost me a penny. I used PHP free open source software wherever possible. So, to see Tom asking for a number of donors, not donation quantity, suggested something really odd. I didn't know what it suggested. And then someone else started asking questions. When I first posted this comment, I asked Tom to provide particulars on his financials for everybody so they could satisfy their curiosity of how much it cost him to run the site and whether or not we were supporting his lifestyle or his work. And suddenly, the next day, all his funding request information was gone from the website. So, okay, whatever. He's going to try and avoid the issue. All right, fine. So I brought it up again a couple of days ago in one of the stories in comments. And yesterday commented that let's see, what was it? Tom's failure to respond was really suspicious. And someone else was responding as well. They wanted to know Tom's particulars. They wanted to know the financial particulars. Well, last night it occurred to me that there might be a very good explanation for all of this. Most likely it's that Tom's just a fraudster and he's using these dissidents and their desire for this alternative news to sucker them into donating money to him so he can pretend that he's actually doing some work, which he's really not. He's just a lazy fucker like everyone else in the United States, and just wants money without having to actually fucking physically do anything for it. Because that's the American way. Don't kid yourself, there is no other American way. That is the American dream. Sit on your ass and have shit free. Ask any American. So Tom's living the American dream. So I thought, okay, well, let's goad him into doing this by suggesting to his audience in comments something very specific to his audience and related to a story that came up yesterday in which Tom posted a story insulting his own fucking readers by saying that they're all conspiracy theorists for believing stuff that's potentially viable theory as to explain the 9/11 attacks. So everybody's insulted by this, and everybody's questioning whether or not Tom's going to continue to receive funding from them. And I bring up this, and then this morning I posted my theory. My theory that I posted, which has now been deleted, less than 15 minutes after I posted it, at 10 something in the morning, which means Tom's monitoring his website comments religiously, or has shills doing it for him. Anyway, my comment was the theory that Tom is working for the FBI, that he's a shill, that he collects donations because it provides the financial and personal details of dissidents in the United States to the FBI, and also earns him a bounty. I figure I would guess that he would get $100. I guessed in the post that he would get $100 for each new donor, or new commenter, and $1,000 for all the for financial particulars from a dissident donor, and suggested that if Tom wanted to clear his name, that he would disclose his financial particulars to prove me wrong. Well, instead of disclosing his financial particulars to prove me wrong, he deleted my comment and the comments of someone else who agreed with my theory and also wanted to know Tom's financial particulars. He didn't provide those. He deleted my comments and has banned me from commenting instead. So what does it say when someone is exposed to this kind of theory about their work and their reaction is to delete all references to it so that no one else can see it? It says to me, folks, that it's fucking true. Something about it is true. Something is wrong with International Clearinghouse. Number one, he's defending himself on the site at the bottom of every page with this copyright exclusion, somehow exempting himself from copyrights. But it's not legal. He is reprinting stories that he's not legally entitled to reprint. I know this. I know the copyright authority. I know the copyright fervor of these fucking organizations, some of these organizations. CBS News would not fucking tolerate YouTube having a video linked on their fucking site where a reporter goes completely fucking rogue and says, hey, you know what, this whole fucking thing was a goddamn fucking setup by Trump to fucking promote his hotel. CBS would block that fucking thing off his site in a heartbeat. So there's something going on, folks. I don't know what it is. Is it a conspiracy with Tom on his own just to fucking defraud people out of money? Is it a conspiracy with Tom and the media organizations or something? Or am I right somehow, and that Tom is working with the FBI in collecting the information, the personal information, and statements of dissidents? And you know what? What's really fucking sad, what's most plausible, is the latter. So, I'm presenting to you this to you as a potential warning that it's very, very, very possible, and I say likely, that your use of Information Clearinghouse is just documenting your state of mind with the FBI and anything else you happen to take liberty to give to them. So if you want to use Information Clearinghouse as a source of information, that's fine. But if you want to comment on there, do so with the understanding that you're talking directly to the FBI. As I evidenced when the last comment I wrote yesterday before this FBI conspiracy theory this morning was a letter to the FBI addressing them on the issues of what they've been doing to me, as I perceive it. So you tell me, folks, does Tom think I'm just a nutcase and wants to delete my email, delete my comments, instead of addressing them and showing everybody that I'm a nutcase and that I'm wrong by disclosing his financial particulars and proving me wrong and thus strengthening his position and gaining an ally in his fundraising efforts? Because if Tom was above board, I'd fucking help him in a goddamn heartbeat. But Tom isn't above board because he didn't bother responding to that email from Pepe Escobar asking him to look into a story in his own goddamn neck of the woods. I'm in Baja California. Tom supposedly crosses into Baja California all the time. We're fucking neighbors. We're fucking on the same fucking team, supposedly, trying to fight the government oppression of the truth. But yet, Tom deletes the comments of someone who questions his financials with the theory that he's working with the FBI. You tell me, folks. Does Tom Feely really work for you? Does he really gather up information so that you can know the truth about your government? Or, as other commenters have posted, which started all this, which was yesterday when someone posted on the Fred Knows Everything blog story that, you know, we're all conspiracy nutters, that it was counter propaganda. Or it was, what was it? Yeah, it was anti-propaganda? I don't remember. It was something about, oh yeah, it was counter misinformation and propaganda. It was counter-information and propaganda, and Tom had the nerve to comment on it. Oh, anything against your opinion is propaganda now, huh? Why would Tom comment on a story like that everybody who comments says should not have been posted on that page? Why would Tom respond that way? That is why I posted my theory, and my theory was just a joke based on a really extreme interpretation of his actions there. But Tom has seen fit to prove my theory's true. So, Mr. Feely of Information Clearinghouse, we know that you work for the FBI. We know that you can't be trusted, and we know that the stories you produce, especially that you reprint, especially those by Paul Craig Roberts. My God, ex-CIA? No, you're never ex-CIA. You always work for the CIA. You are trained in that fucking mindset. You never leave that mindset. You're not allowed in unless they know you permanently have that mindset. Paul Craig Roberts is part of the conspiracy theory. It's part of the conspiracy. So now we know that Tom Feely is also part of the conspiracy theory. So, use the site while it still remains. Oh, no, I'm not finished yet. I'm sorry. I just sent an email to Tom warning him that I'm going to destroy his website and telling him that he needs to give me some, 20,000 reasons why I shouldn't destroy his website. So if this video has never been put up, then we know that I'm $20,000 richer and Tom's $20,000 poorer and still has his website going. But if this video's up and the website's still up, then we know that Tom is working for the FBI, because before I emailed Tom, I sent a little email to the District Attorney of San Diego wherein Tom conducts his business. And I asked if they could tell me whether or not what Tom is doing is fraud. Because soliciting donations and using that money to enrich yourself is fraud like you would not believe. It's only allowed to be done by the government and its patrons. Tom is not a patron of the government. He doesn't work for the U.S. government unless he's a FBI shill. So if Tom doesn't work for the government, then he's committing fraud. Then the governments want to come in and say, hey, look, we don't like competition. We're the only fucking thieves on the block here. We are the fucking mafia. You're out of business. And they're going to shut him down, especially because he's publishing dissident news stories, folks. This is a chance for San Diego District Attorney to go in there and say, hey, look, you're posting anti-American news stories. We're shutting you down because you're defrauding the country. But what do we know if this email's already been sent? Okay, the DA already knows that someone has claimed that a dissident news website is defrauding its readers. Okay, now we know that if the DA sees this, they're going to want to shut it down because it's a dissident news website that's talking shit about America, and we can't have that. We're government employees. They're talking shit about us. So we know that the district attorney will shut this site down if it's not sanctioned by or protected by the feds. So if in a few weeks Information Clearinghouse is still up, you haven't heard from me, which means I'm probably dead, which I doubt because they're not that stupid. Well, you probably will hear from me. You'll probably hear more on this show. But if you still see the site up, then you'll know that Tom Feely works for the FBI, wittingly or unwittingly, knowingly or unknowingly, voluntarily or involuntarily. It doesn't fucking matter. He works for the FBI to your disadvantage, so he can collect your information and give it to the FBI along with anything you have to say bad about them. So, as promised, Tom, goodbye Information Clearinghouse. I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, but there is no independent news organization based out of the United States or most other countries. See my earlier video about The Intercept if you would like to know about what I think about Glenn Greenwald and his payoff from the NSA. And don't even start on what I think about Snowden. He's no hero. He's hiding. Heroes don't hide. They stand up and fight. Right, Julian? Oh, wait, you're hiding too. Sorry. Right, Chelsea? Right, Paul? Yeah, you can't stand up and fight. You have done so, and you're in jail because of it. You're the heroes. These other people are not. They're frauds. So, goodbye, Information Clearinghouse. Goodbye, Tom Feely. Sorry, you're going to have to pay the rent yourself now.